man. It's freezing outside. Or not freezing, it's just cold. I think it's like, according to my car, 35 degrees. And it's supposed to climb at some point. But not anytime soon. Man, go, we're gonna turn this.
Alright guys, back in the...
I was listening to some Shade Tree Surgeon. There's a little FXR video. So I'm not on the Guapo Glide today. I actually tried to do a video on it yesterday, but I had some audio issues. I think the Osmo Action that I have that I shoot with, I tried to do like the whole lapel thing, and these things are fogged up. Anyways, I actually recorded 3 times, man. I recorded a video with my bike, the Guapo Glide.
Hashtag Guapo Glide.
And I have like this wireless system for a microphone, and it didn't quite work out. It just, like, the camera just records at such a high volume. It's so annoying. Same with the helmet setup. I know there's someone in the UK that kind of like figured it out. There's still like some wind noise in there, so I was kind of the Osmo needs to, or not Osmo, DJI needs to figure that out. Figure out a way to make it to where we can control the back end of the camera, where we can, you know, control the gain, all that kind of stuff. Because my GoPro never had an issue. Speaking of which, I know I mentioned in the last video. A lot of the equipment just took it up. So yeah. Excuse me. So yeah, the GoPro 4 overheated, the GoPro Session 5 overheated, and it just stopped working. So kind of a bummer a bit. On the plus side, this camera has been pretty awesome. My Insta360 has been fantastic, and I've been borrowing a friend's GoPro 4, and I already had the setup for it, so made sense, right? So it is what it is. But so today I'm riding the Fiesta ST. I know I get a lot of grief because it's a Ford, but this thing has been nothing shy but awesome. Super reliable, and man, I really like this car. It hasn't gotten a lot of love this year because I've been riding the bike basically every day. The only reason I'm not riding today is because I need to get some new gear to ride in this weather. Literally last year when I was on the Dyna, I was wearing anything that I had. Ski pants, sweatshirts upon sweatshirts, and then a big thick jacket, ski gloves. I don't have that kind of equipment or gear, so I've been shopping around trying to look for something that will keep me warm enough to make it there, because especially when it comes to gloves, because it is, man, you do not want to ride in cold weather with gloves that are not going to keep your hands warm. I mean, it is, a lot of people, I don't know if a lot of people don't think about this, but it, you know, if you ride in cold weather, it is kind of dangerous if you're not protecting your hands, because your fingers will go numb, and then what are you controlling your motorcycle with? These mitts, man. It's, yeah, you don't, I did that once. I think it was like 20 degrees outside, and I had ski gloves, which is not enough. Just commuting on the highway, man. By the time I got to the dealership, man, I could not feel my hands. I was having a hard time shifting. Really not shifting, but working the clutch and the front brake, which is the main brake when you're riding a motorcycle. So yeah, don't have the gear. Should be here soon. I'll be back on the bike. But I tried to record that video yesterday like 3 times. I know some people have been asking for some updates regarding the Guapo Glide.
Hashtag Guapo Glide.
I did a wheel and light install, and I did a video on that. And then of course the hand guards that I got from Amazon, and some other upgrades I've done to the bike that I haven't quite done a video on. So I'll give you all the update on the Guapo Glide.
Hashtag Guapo Glide.
Or some of you know it, the Mr. Frankenstein. And yeah, we'll make a video about that here soon. We'll have to deal with the mic that I have on this right now, which is a Video Micro. Seems to be the only thing that works well with this camera. That is until I guess DJI figures out a firmware update where lapel mics are acceptable. They just aren't. I've tried it in my helmet. I've tried it on my, just pinning it to my shirt. None of that has worked flawlessly. It just distorts the audio. It's horrible. So DJI gay on it because it's bad. So anyways, so some of the other things that I need to update you guys on. I know that I had this is twice I tried to do the Guapo 600 ride. For those of you who don't know, that's a 600-mile ride from here to Monterrey, Mexico. Originally this year, and it's funny because I keep trying to work with this dealership in Monterrey, and now they own the largest dealership in Latin America. It's larger than the one in Bedford, I believe. If you're not familiar with the one in Bedford, Texas Harley-Davidson, it's a very large dealership. But when I was there, pretty sure it dwarfed that dealership by quite a margin. But that's neither here nor there. They were doing a big inaugural party. Is that the right word? Inaugural? Grand opening party. And for an entire year, I knew that they were building it. I visited the facility while it was being built, and they kept telling me they were going to let me know when they were having their big party, and then their build kept getting delayed because originally they said August and September and then October, and it ended up being October 26th, which by the time this video has come out today, it's like the 31st, I think. So literally just happened. I saw the post on Instagram, and man, it looked like it was a blast. I mean, just massive fireworks. I mean, the building is massive. Their own tattoo shop, their own barber shop. I mean, it is a big dealership. Probably not as big as the one in Arizona, which I've never been to, but check it out. But a big dealership. And so I wanted to go to that. They told me with like 2-3 weeks of anticipation. And I was like, man, I've been calling you all year. Like every 2 weeks I was calling them. When? And finally they didn't even call me. They posted on social media 3 weeks before the event. And for anyone that's actually traveled to Mexico, not the Tijuana side, because that's like super easy to get into. But which is a weird rule. I don't understand. Like there's like 3 states on the West Coast that you don't need a vehicle permit or anything like that to get across the border. So that's why like El Diablo run, all that, it's like not a big deal. They do it like on a yearly basis, and it's not hard to get into the country. However, if you're going to the rest of the country, you do need a permit. You know, you do need you still need a passport for either way that you go, Tijuana or the rest of the country. But the point being, it takes planning, especially if you're taking a whole bunch of people, and 3 weeks is just not enough. I mean, at least 2 months. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Even an extra week would have been fantastic, but 3 weeks, I mean, it was not even 3 weeks, it's like 2.5 weeks. So it is what it is. I'm pretty bummed about it. I'm pretty bummed that I didn't for the second time kind of failed to put this thing together. The first year was kind of the same thing, but there was 2 dealerships in Monterrey, and both of them kind of failed me. Communication-wise, I haven't had my coffee yet. It's just that it hasn't panned out. So it is what it is. But this time around, I'm not relying on a dealership to do anything. It would just be more of like, hey, I want to do this like once a year. It'd be fun to get this ride, go to Mexico, and do something different, man. I mean, I definitely want to ride all over the U.S. as well. But Mexico is, it's the motherland for me. That's where I'm from. That's where I was born. So this is where I want to go. It's funny. Oh man, my cousin has a Focus ST, and I smoked him in this car. Didn't really do much of mods to it, really. Changed the motor mount. I think it's a Cobb motor mount. Opened up the intake. blow-off valve, really is. So nothing really crazy. But this thing is so light and it handles so well. Which, by the way, I went to Texas Hot Rides yesterday, so shout out to them. I'm pretty sure they have a YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure, like, I'll tag them below. They have some awesome cars, by the way. And I've had the chance to get to meet some of the guys that work there. John, the owner, is pretty awesome. Mitch has been pretty awesome as well. So I've been shooting some bikes for Maverick, which is currently employed. Maverick and Longhorn Bend. It's next to Maverick, so it's been pretty rad, man. Get to move some of the other cars and just kind of like shoot them. It's been pretty awesome. So I'm hoping to do a lot more with them in the future. But they have a Focus RS, and I really want that car. If this Fiesta was all-wheel drive, I wouldn't buy another car. It's front-wheel drive. It's kind of a bummer. Other than that, I mean, it grips hard. I can't even make this thing slide. I mean, it has to be soaking wet outside, and I have to be super aggressive with the e-brake and turning, and then maybe it'll slide. But this car's been awesome. My original plan was to keep this thing and basically just drive until the engine blows, and when the engine blows, either build up that engine from scratch, do a 2JC swap, or I saw someone do a Coyote 5.0. That would be awesome. So, but now that this Focus RS has come into the map, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all, actually. All-wheel drive, 350 watts, tune and whatnot, so it's like 400 horsepower. I don't know, what is there not to love? I love all-wheel drive. But anyways, that's all I have for you on this episode. Those are kind of the updates that we got going on. We'll be planning a trip for the Guapo 600 for next year, so I'm not waiting on anyone or trying to coordinate with anyone. It's twice it's failed me, so I'm just gonna do it. We're just gonna put something together, and we're just gonna ride down there and have a good time. So more information to come on that, and yeah. So see you next time. Get on your Harley and get some wind therapy. Later. Woo! Oh man. I know that this is not the fastest car in the world, but it's a very exciting car. It really is. I've driven Shelby's, I mean I've driven Camaros and SS models, of course. And I've driven all kinds of muscle cars, and they're all fun. But this is a fun car. It really is.